Okay, so hi everyone, and today we are going to create a UI animation. So let's start. We'll first create by creating a new document like this. Go to okay, let's take 600 by 600 and just make the frame rate to 24 and height and width should be 600. Action script 3, create. Okay, once you have this document in front of you, now what you need to do is first you need to go to rectangular primitive tool and create a shape like this, like a rectangular shape. Change the width and the height to the same size of the stage like this. Okay, once this is done, you need to go and open your align panel from here and make sure that align to stage is active. Just put it in the center, okay, like this. You can change the color of the background if you like. For example, let me just take okay, this one. Okay, so if you're happy with this, you can go and click on the properties so you can see the properties of the document. Now I'm going to go to the layer panel and I'm going to rename the layer as background. Once you have renamed the layer, just lock it to secure it so you don't accidentally move anything on the stage. Okay, now I will add another layer, and here I'm going to rename this layer as text field. Okay, so just click OK. So now I'm going to again take the rectangular primitive tool, and this time I'm going to change the color to white, or let's take grayish tone, and I'm going to make sure that the outline of this one is little lighter blue like this. Okay, and then just create the shape like this. Once you're done with this, you need to make sure that to increase the stroke size a little. Let's make it 3, and I have to take, okay, let's zoom in so you see it more clearly. Now I'll take the selection tool because I've taken the rectangular primitive tool, so I can curve the edges like this. So I have rounded edges now. Okay, you can just use free transformation tool to squeeze it like this little and reduce the size like this. Okay, and I'll keep it here, okay, like a text field. Now once I'm done with this, I'm happy with this. Okay, I'll just squeeze it a little like this. Okay, if once I'm happy with this, with the same layer selected, I'm going to press Alt from my keyboard and make one more copy like this. Okay, so now I have 2 text fields with me. I'll lock this layer, I don't need it for now. I'll create another layer which is I'll name it as text layer. Okay, just move this little up so you can see what's happening on your layer. Now on this text layer, I'm going to write the name. So let me just write before I write anything, let me just remove the outline. So I have only the color, which is a lighter gray color, and I'll write the text now here. So for example, I'll just write name, and I have to just make sure to increase the size so I can see it clearly like this. Put it here. Okay, now you make a copy of this with the same text layer selected. Just make a copy of this by pressing Alt from your keyboard and move it down. If the snapping is not, like, you can activate snapping from here, which can snap to a line. Otherwise, if it's not active, for example, and you accidentally put this here, you can use again a line tool from here, press shift and right. Okay, so you can align the text. But why it went there? Because of the fact that this one is selected together. Okay, align to state should be not active, so you need to just put it here, press shift and then right click, so it will align together. Now what I have to do here is I have to first change the wording, so I'll just make it password and now I will align it with that one. So press shift again, select this text, press shift, select the other one and right click. Okay, so both of them are now right aligned. So I'll just move this little up. Okay, so once you're happy with this, the next thing what you need to do is you need to create a button. So I move down a little, press here another layer, insert another layer and write the name as button. Okay, create the button using rectangular tool. Just create a button like this. You can change the color of the button if you like. So like for example, I'll just say black, or let me just change it to a little, not black but like a little dark blue. And here I'm going to, on this button only, I'm going to write a text like for example submit, and I'm going to change the color of this submit now. So I'll just select it and change the color of submit to a lighter gray tone, or I can also have a light blue tone. Okay, because I don't want to highlight it much, but I just want to keep it above the, so you can see it clearly now. See, like this. Okay, you can also align this center, so just push here, put it here, so it will align in the center. Okay, so once this is done and you are happy with this, the next thing what you need to do is you need to convert this button into a symbol. So I'll select the whole thing, making sure that I'm on the first frame, and I'm going to go to modify and convert this button into a symbol. So I'll just say okay, button, graphic, registration in the center, click OK. So now this button is a symbol because I'm going to use a classic tween later. Okay, so now let's animate the first name, password, and then we will animate this. But before that, another one layer, just add one more layer. Let's finish all our elements, which is the user. So I'm going to create one user here. So for that you're going to have an oval tool. Just change the color to lighter gray, create an oval like this. Okay, if there is an outline, select the outline. If there is no, okay, there is no outline as of now. So I'll go to modify, convert to symbol, and I'll just say it is a user graphic symbol, click OK. Okay, so I have this user here. Okay, I'll keep it outside for now. Let's begin our animation. For animation you need to have frames, so I'll say okay, let's, from the beginning only I'll have 60 frames. So I'll just select this and click here. Okay, insert frames. So I've inserted frames now. Next, what I need to do, I need to have a name here. Okay, so I'll create another layer here and I'll just say okay, I'll write the name Sarah, for example. Okay, so whatever name you are writing, just write that name, and start animating from the 5th frame. So I'll start my animation from 5th frame. So I'll not start it from the beginning, I'll start at the 5th frame. So here I will insert keyframe, okay, and I will I'll take the text tool, but I'll change the color of the text to black, and I'll keep here as S. Okay, now this S is very small and it's not even showing properly, so I need to make sure that this one is able to show properly. Which means the color is not changed, so I need to change the color to black. Okay, so I've changed the color now to black. It's showing now. I'll keep it here. Okay, you can change the font if you like, but I'm okay with this font, so I'll take the same font. And next frame I'm gonna create here in the 2nd frame. Click here and here write A. Next again make a keyframe R, and then again make a keyframe and insert an A. So Sarah is written there, but now what you will see is if I play it, okay, if you play it, this is very fast. So usually typing is not that fast, so I need to increase my time, so I need to add keyframes here. So I'll just select this, click here, insert keyframe to 3. Okay, so 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Okay, and now I will just remove the extra frames from here, from the back. Okay, so the timeline remains at 60. Now if I play it, it will be slower. Okay, now I will create another layer for password above the user. Just click here, add a layer which is password. You can also say pass, and here I'm going to take again, now my password has to start after I finish Sarah. So here I'm going to go and I'm going to give some time, so I'll start from the 20th frame. Click here, and here I'm going to just instead of type tool, I'm going to take this oval tool. Okay, and because when you are making a password, it's always like a circular form like this. Okay, just zoom in so you can see it clearly. Now what you need to do is you need to place it where you want to place it. Just group it. Okay, so how you can group it? By selecting it and command G or control G. Okay, and then just place it where you want to place, so easily you can pick it. And now add a keyframe here. Again add a keyframe, and then press Alt from the keyboard or Option if you're using map. Click here again, so you have to be careful, you don't have to select everything. Just select this and press Alt and drag it. Okay, just make sure on each you have only one. Okay, so if there is an extra something, you need to delete that. Okay, so it's fine. Now I'm going to add here insert keyframe again, because frames again, because it's otherwise it will be very fast. So I'll insert 3 times again 3 times here, and again 3 times here. So again I have to do the same thing. I have to remove the extra keyframes. Okay, so just move this up so I can see it clearly. Sorry, select this and remove keyframes, remove frames. So your timeline is at 60. Okay, now let's play it and see how it works. Okay, fine, I'm fine with it. Now the next thing is your submit button. Okay, so go to your button here. You remember that we have already created it as a symbol, and if you go to the library you can see the symbol is already there. Okay, so now I'm going to go now. Whoever is going to first fill the name, then the password, and then push the submit button. So I'll go to the 40th frame, and here I'm going to insert a keyframe. Okay, when after the submit is selected, so I'm going to click here. So the submit button is here on the 40th frame, as well it is on the first frame. Okay, now I'm going to go to the 45th frame, again push a keyframe, and here also again I'm going to insert a keyframe. So I have a keyframe here, here, and here. So on the 45th frame I'm going to take this transformation tool and push the button little, like a push button effect I'm going to add by just reducing the size. So now you see on the 40th frame it's big, then it becomes smaller, and then it becomes normal size, like somebody is pushing it. Okay, so now here I'm going to right click and add classic tween, and here again right click and add a classic tween. So now if I click anywhere here, I will go to the properties, classic ease in, sign, enter. Again click here, classic ease, sign in, sign, enter. Okay, so it plays like this. Okay, but then we have also a user, so we need to animate the user also. So the user, because the push button is happening here, so I have to add user somewhere here. Okay, after that I have to start the okay, let me just do one thing. I will just push this little ahead so I can have a space for user. Okay, so I have my user here, so I'll make sure this layer is selected and it's already a symbol. So I'll click here, and then the user will come and push here. Okay, so I'll click here and move this user here, for example. Okay, so now I will add here, I can just make it little one frame back. Okay, now again I will add a classic tween. So what happens here, again I'm gonna click here, ease in, ease out, sign. So it will start like this. Okay, you can also change this one if you feel this is little fast. You can just move this a little ahead. Okay, you can move this also, just select it, move it till here, so there is a little more. Change this from quad. Okay, so this one. Now what you need to do is you need to create another scene. So for creating another scene, okay, you have to make sure to save your file. So file, save. Okay, save your file before you do anything else. So save your file and rename it as user interaction, for example, and .fl, save. Okay, so once the file is saved, now the next thing you need to do is add another scene. So I'll go to Windows, and in Windows I can have a scene panel from here. Okay, so there is a scene panel. Now this is first scene, so I'll rename it as username, for example, and the next scene I'm going to make a welcome. So I'll just click here, welcome. So now you have a new timeline here. Timeline scene has its own timeline. Here what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename it as background, and I'm going to give this background another shape to give it a color. Okay, so I'm going to go here, select this, take another color. For example, let's take, for example, this 600 by 600. Okay, and then again use the align panel, activate align to stage, click here, click here. Okay, now you can lock it for a while. Now you write a text here, so welcome text or text, and then here write welcome to our landing page, for example. Okay, now just increase the size. I'm not able to see it because of the fact that this color is similar to the background color, so I'll change the color here to white. Okay, so now I'll keep it here, but what animation I want is that the text will go from down to up. Okay, so I'll keep this text down here, but before I do anything, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to modify, convert this to symbol. So this is text. Okay, graphic symbol, click OK. Now I'm going to add here frames, so I'm going to select this, add frames, and here in the text I'm going to go on the 20th frame. I'm going to insert a keyframe on 20th frame, and I'm going to move this text up like this. Okay, and here I'm going to add a classic tween. Okay, so the animation works like this. The text comes and goes like this, but I want to have here transparency effect, so I'm going to go to the properties, and here when I select it, I can go to color effects and apply alpha. Okay, and I make the alpha 0, so when it becomes, there is nothing there, but it appears, the text appears, so it becomes like this. Again, I'm going to add one more effect by clicking here, classic ease, and I'll go ease in back. So play and see how it works. Okay, it's very fast, so I'll say no, ease in, out, back. So this is fine, this looks fine. So now if I test two scenes how they work, let me just save the file and go to control, test. So voila, we have it playing like this. Very nice. So it's ready, and you can also test and create your own. I hope you enjoy creating your UI design. The same technique you have to apply for creating your UI application as well.